Welcome back. Welcome back. We're officially mid-February, February 16th. I mean, we're a little bit past mid-February, but hey, this year's already flying by. It's how it always does. And we're just ticking down until football season starts. But until then, you have us, the Baxter Street Boys. I'm your host, Cole Wilcox, joined by co-host Jake Gordon and our producer, Griffin Rudy. I'm excited to get back on the mics, talk some ball. The three major sports. We got football, basketball, and baseball content coming to you tonight. We're really excited about it. Got a fun draft on the backside of the show, so stay around for that. Need some ideas. Maybe we might get stuck a couple times, so need the live chat popping. Appreciate everybody coming out. We've been excited about this. We've been playing it for a little bit, so let's get right into it.
10, 12, he's running over people. Oh, you hurt the walking. We just stepped on their face with a hobnail boot and broke their nose. We just crushed their face.
Defense, 40, 30, they won't catch him. Go, Swift, into the end zone, touchdown! The freshman just ran it back to Philadelphia. Throws near sideline, and it's intercepted. Intercepted, Keely Ringo at the 21. Off he goes, 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, near sideline. Breaks the tackle, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, 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 Georgia.
I know I'm asking a lot, you guys, but hunker it down one more time.
All right, boys. How we feeling?
I'm good. Which one of y'all's getting arrested? Those sirens were kind of loud.
Yeah, I know. It's right outside the
Griff.
building over here. Yeah,
Griff.
they're
They
coming
found your
for me.
stash.
Of what?
You know what?
They found out you've been robbing casinos with the hot streak you're on in college basketball.
Yeah, no, it's my bookie calling me in.
Listen, in about 9 days, you can find this trio posted up at the greenhouse on Saturday, February 25th. Baseball doubleheader against Princeton. Will be a live show from the greenhouse. It's going to be a good time. Everyone come out. The greenhouse is open to everybody, even if you're past your college years. You can come out and reminisce. Those guys are very welcoming. There's some seating up there. It's a good place to watch a game. It's actually the best place to watch a baseball game. And then we'll have something downtown. It might just be a hangout at this point. I don't know. But everyone will be there. It's going to be exciting. Boys, y'all fired up for that?
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be better than this weekend. I got to drive back to beautiful Ocala. My parents are going to the Dominican, so I gotta watch the dogs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're scouting like 15-year-old baseball players. I think they're just going on vacation. But
Yeah.
I'll be rocking my Josh McAllister jersey. Shout out the boy, Joshy Hustle.
Josh McAllister. Yeah, baseball starting tomorrow. I guess a good place to start just to kick it off. Just a quick little preview. Jacksonville State coming to town. Fun fact, 2019, one of the best baseball teams I've ever been on. Unfortunately, fell short. But
that was the last one, wasn't it?
It was the last. Well, 2020 was the year that got cut short. 19.
Okay.
People say 2020 would have won it all. I'm just telling you, 19 was a better team. We just got caught in a buzzsaw. But we did lose to Jacksonville State on a midweek at Jacksonville State. And that place was actually rocking. It was one of the best student sections that I played at. It was called the Cocky Corner. And they whipped us. But they also went to a regional that year, regional final at Ole Miss. Like, they were good. So I talked to a guy from Jacksonville State, a guy I work out with. And he said their Friday night starter is a dude, like 94, 96 dude. So Dogs have a tough test tomorrow. It should be a good game because we got Jaden Woods on the mound. If you don't know who Jaden Woods is, he's electric. He's a lefty, junior, projected first, second round pick. The only question mark has been his breaking ball up to this point, and the Florida game in the fall, it was really, really, really good. His fastball is as good as anybody's. So consistent breaking ball, he's going to punch out the world. He's got all the talent that he needs to be a Friday night starter. So I'm excited to see what he does tomorrow because he's a really good kid. Really good player, and he's got all the talent.
I've been in the lab with him. We've been working on it. Trust me.
Yeah, you've been working on that breaking ball. Good. You can thank Jake Gordon when he starts ripping it out tomorrow. And then following him is Liam Sullivan on Saturday, a big left-hander. I played with his brother Pat back in the day. Liam is big 6'6" lefty. He ran up about 94, just a solid guy. You know what you're going to get. He's going to pound the zone. He's going to punch guys out. Good guy to have on Saturday. And Sunday still, I think, TBD a little bit. I think Nolan Chris might get the start on Sunday.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Veteran guy. Know what you're going to get. I think he's team captain this year. So he's a good dude, and they got a quality rotation. A lot of unknowns in the bullpen. That's kind of where this season could be made or break for, I think, this team. They got some guys who've been there for a while. They got guys like Will Pearson. They got guys like Charlie Goldstein. They got guys like Mike Polk. All these guys who've thrown a lot of innings in the SEC and have the stuff to be successful. It's just about putting it all together. All those guys have really good stuff, and stuff doesn't always win it though. I mean, it takes a different kind of mindset to come out of the bullpen, especially in the SEC. It's just you're coming in high leverage situations, and so experience really matters. And they're going to have some experience guys
too.
Yeah, no doubt. On the road, it's borderline impossible. The zone just gradually narrows as the innings go on. In the ninth inning, it's about the size of a freaking cup.
Yeah.
But there are some guys that, from talking to Coach Strickland and stuff, there's going to be some new guys thrown out of the bullpen they're going to rely on, some freshmen with some big-time honors, big-time talent. So that could be kind of the X factor of the season is how well those young guys step up. And I know firsthand, like, it takes a little bit. I struggled my first couple months there, and it takes a while to get into the groove. So hopefully those guys, I mean, they're going to play a lot of guys the first weekend. They're going to throw a lot of guys the first couple weekends. So we're going to get to see everyone, and it's going to be kind of a growth by fire. And that's really the only way to grow.
Yeah, there's a couple familiar faces. Obviously, Corey Collins still there. Connor Tate, Ben Anderson, the Wagner boys, they're still there. Couple of new faces, though. You're right. And we're going to see who's got it and who doesn't. Big shoes to fill at first base with Chaney Rogers leaving the program.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true with Chainsaw. But no, the lineup, you'll probably recognize all of them if you followed baseball over the past couple of years. It's got to be the oldest lineup.
Fernando's back too, right?
The whole team is back.
Yeah, Fernando's back.
You got Ben Anderson, who's 29. He'll be leading off. And you have Connor Tate, who's 30. He'll be in the 3-hole. He was first team All-SEC last year. And Ben Anderson is plenty capable of doing that. Those are two really, really good hitters. Then, you mentioned Corey Collins, first-round talent. You got Parks Harbor, first-round talent. You got Fernando Gonzalez behind the plate, one of the best catchers in the SEC. You got a couple of transfers playing middle infield, so those guys will be new. I think they're really good defenders. I haven't got to see them hit yet, so I can't really speak for that. But from talking to Coach Strickland, he's pretty excited about them. And who else in the outfield? I'm going blank. Griffin, help me out.
I've heard a lot about Garrett Spikes.
Garrett Spikes will play some.
Yeah.
I saw. Hold on. I'm going blank.
While you say that,
Connor Tate. It'll be like a rotation for DH, right field, and first base. You'll have Corey, DH, first base, catcher. You'll have Connor Tate, right field, first base, DH. And you'll have Spikes play some outfield. Charlie Condon, that's the guy who has been absolutely raking he redshirted last year.
Yeah.
But if you follow anything social media baseball, that's the guy I was trying to think of his name. This dude rakes. I mean, exit velos over 105, pretty much every scrimmage, and that is absolutely torching baseballs. I think the coaching staff is really, really excited about this kid this year, and I know the players are excited just from talking to them. They felt like he should have played last year. So he's a guy who could really come in and provide some instant impact in the lineup, some pop, the much needed pop. And I think it's going to be a really good season offensively for them. Cole Wagner can also play in the outfield. We saw some of him last year. Luke Wagner's little brother, who's been around for a while. I think, like I said, the X factor is going to be the back end of the bullpen. Can those young guys step up the talent and get, because those are the hardest outs to get, man. From sixth inning to ninth inning, if you can get those outs, and you have guys who can reliably go up there and can do it consistently, that's the teams that are really good. And then I think
that was a lot of Jaden last year too. And now he's starting. That was a lot of Jaden last year too. That was your guy. Yeah,
that's true. So he's going to move to a starter role, hopefully give us some deep innings, and then going to pass the ball back, and hopefully some of those guys can step up for us. I'm excited though, man. As baseball season rolls around, some nostalgia playing at Foley. I miss it, but excited to see what they can do this year.
Man, it's just tough because the SEC is so good, top to bottom, so good. LSU, number 1, Tennessee, number 2, Ole Miss, number 4, A&M, number 5, Florida, number 7, Arkansas, number 8, Vandy, number 10.
Ridiculous.
Alabama, number 20, South Carolina, number 23. And if you count Texas and Oklahoma, it's like nine teams in the top like 20. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is, and you can just tell a difference. And what the biggest difference to me is, because you play the midweek teams and even like the mid majors, like baseball's that sport. Obviously, anyone can be beat, and especially baseball, because you got a guy on the mound that can go out and give you 7 innings. You can beat anybody. And that was the biggest difference I saw from mid-major to SEC was the lineups were good. I'm not going to say they're equal all the time, but they were good. Like mid-majors could hit. They could always hit. They always had a dude on the mound that could start. It's just that depth of the bullpen. It's so much different in the SEC. It's a different animal. Like for years and years, even in the big leagues, it was like, let's get the starter out. Let's get the starter out. You know, get the starter out, get to the bullpen, let's go. Like a really good starter. And even now you see in MLB, like, half the time you don't want the starter to come out at this point because you got nasty stuff coming out of the bullpen. And that's how it was in the SEC for a lot of the teams, the good teams. Like even in 19, like if you chased Emerson out, which nobody really did, like you were getting some professional pitchers coming out of the bullpen that you really didn't want to see.
Yeah.
And that was the difference in teams that were really, really good and the teams that you don't really want to play. They're dangerous. But Lord have mercy, what is that?
I don't know, dude. The freaking roster out there. Somebody
is your apartment butted up to the road?
Yeah, it's pretty close. But I guess somebody just poked a hole in their Honda Civic, in the muffler down there and revving that thing to the streets.
Well, yeah. And Cole, you talk about having tough opponents. Non-conference, Georgia Tech, Georgia Southern, who hosted a regional last year.
Yep.
Kennesaw State, respectable program. Georgia State usually has a decent squad. I mean, it ain't cakewalk.
I always play Clemson.
Yeah, it ain't cakewalk.
Georgia or Kennesaw is a team to look out for. They're going to continue to get better. I know their coach is from this area, Ryan Coe. Duke can really recruit. They were good last year. They could hit. They're going to continue to get better. So yeah, that's only going to make matters tougher for this Georgia team, but I feel pretty good about it. I mean, especially early. You want that veteran lineup early so you can give those young guys a little bit of lee room to make some mistakes in the back end maybe. But that's just part of it. Like you're going to give up runs, and it's just how you handle it, how you can bounce back, especially in a bullpen setting because you might have a bad night Friday, but we're going to need you on Sunday to come back and get some outs. So that's all part of growing up. I'm excited to see how they operate it. And everybody watch the Dogs tomorrow, 3:00.
I got faith in Strick. He's got it.
Coach Strick would get us through. All right. Biggest news of the week. As we all know, our good man Todd Monken has moved on to be the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Congrats to Todd. He deserves it. I mean, he deserved another shot in the NFL. He kind of got screwed in his last gig. Came to college, proved exactly what he could do, be the best offensive coordinator in the country. And it sucks to see him leave, but it's a sign of how good our program is at the same time.
Yeah. What does that say that somebody like Lamar Jackson who says, like, I want to pick this offensive coordinator or I'm leaving?
Yeah.
He goes against Todd Monken.
Yeah. I mean, the dude is a wizard. We've said it for years. I'm going to miss the crap out of him. Watching our offense was genuinely fun. And for about 6 years, I couldn't say that.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty tough.
I do think the reactions to Mike Bobo getting his old job back are a little blown out of proportion. The guy did put up 40 points per game with Hudson Mason as his quarterback. We need to remember that.
I mean, if we're being honest, is there an offensive coordinator at Georgia that was better than Mike Bobo other than Todd Monken? Like,
no,
I can't think of one.
There's never been.
The only guy that even comes to mind that's better at even calling plays, I think, was Mark Richt, and he wasn't the offensive coordinator. I mean, he just called plays as a head coach when he first got there. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, you always had to have a scapegoat, right? Like the team wasn't any good. The offensive coordinator is the first guy you go to. Like that's just how it is. And we had some teams that weren't very good with Bobo, but guys, look at the difference in talent of then to now. Like it's night and day. And Bobo's putting up 40 points a game when that was really unheard of in college football. He was doing it with Aaron Murray, who we love Aaron Murray. I mean, he's one of our favorite dogs ever. He's definitely not the most talented guy to ever touch a football field. That's for sure. Yeah. But he had Aaron Murray slinging the rock, and there was guys open all the time. I'm actually extremely excited to see what he can do with this team. And what's crazy about this is, for some reason, everyone draws judgments on your coordinator hires based off the head coaches that they were. which is just dumb to do. Like, yeah, Bobo was not a great head coach. So what? He's been a great offensive coordinator his entire career. Everybody's like, oh, well, he couldn't do it at Auburn. Dude, Auburn was in shambles when he was there. Shambles. Like Brian Harsin and that squad was awful.
It's crazy.
Awful.
People
South
are
Carolina, same way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fine. If that's what you want to weight his successes on, that's fine. I'll tell you this. Mike Bobo is a fantastic recruiter. Mike Bobo has never had a defense on the other side of the ball as good as we're about to have. And he's never coached as much talent as he's about to have. So I say we give him a chance before we start freaking out.
Well,
Exactly.
And also think about those Aaron Murray offenses with if they had a Kirby Smart defense behind them. Like, think about how different those teams look if they've got a Kirby Smart defense with as much talent as we have behind them. I mean,
2012 is a national championship. Like,
it's absolutely a national championship.
100%.
And, we hate Todd Grantham. That's who our defensive coordinator was then. That's whose defense we were running in 2012. So,
yeah, and Hunter makes a good point. I wanted to talk about this too. This is still Todd Monken's system. They're hopefully going to keep using his terminology, his ideas, his philosophy, and stuff like that. And then at that point, you're just giving Bobo keys to the Ferrari, and all he's got to do is drive it.
Yep. He's been in the what for 2 years now. He's been on campus for 2 years or just one.
I think just one.
So he's around long enough to really study. And this is a guy who studies offense. Like, his stuff is legit. And he's got to study Monken's system. And it sounds like they're going to use the same, like you said, same vocabulary, same stuff like that. So it's not a complete overhaul. And this dude can call plays. So, like, I'm not really all that concerned about it. I'm actually excited. Excited.
Dude, it's a dog too. That's freaking sick.
Yeah.
We've got dogs at head coach, offensive coordinator.
2 at DC.
Yeah, 2 at DC. We just got dogs everywhere. It's sick.
What was I about to say? Oh, like, do you think a guy like Kirby Smart, who's addicted to winning, would just instantly hire Bobo if he didn't know for a fact that he was the right guy for the job?
Right, exactly.
It was like, oh, well, he was his roommate. They're buddies. Dude, I'm sure he has plenty of buddies that aren't on staff. Like, you don't just go hire your buddies. He's not – like, this ain't freaking daddy ball that Kirby Smart's playing.
Yeah, come on now.
He's winning championships. So, like, the guys earn the benefit of the doubt for who he wants to hire. Everybody's like, well, he hired James Coley. Yeah, and fired him after 1 year.
Yeah, he has not missed on a hire in like 5 years. Like,
yeah, James Coley was the one. And you know what? I think he saw that one. He's like, next time I'm not going to make that mistake. Like, I'm going to get Todd Monken. Or this time I'm going to promote Mike Bobo. I'm excited because I hated back in the day when everybody blamed Bobo for everything. So
it just makes
I hope he comes and lights it up and nobody knows what to do.
Yeah, I did see some couple like national talking head articles where they were like, "Oh, Kirby Smart, he really messed this up. This is a rare misstep. He could have hired anybody." Okay, we'll see.
That's fine. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, I guess. What I do know this might help us with the Dylan Raiola situation because Raiola is extremely close to Matthew Stafford, who just happened to play for Mike Bobo, love Mike Bobo, get drafted number 1 overall playing for Mike Bobo. So I think we're in a good spot.
People are talking.
I think we're in a good spot.
People are saying things,
That's all I really want to say about that. I don't know what more we can say.
We'll miss you, Monk. Thank you.
Todd.
Thank you.
What's to end it? What's y'all's favorite Todd Monken moment at Georgia?
I liked him freaking out in the press box. That was pretty funny.
That was a good one.
It is him in the press box. When he whipped out the AD pass in the Michigan game.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I feel like that's the one.
But Mock in the just like, I don't even know if it's a singular moment, but I think Brooks talks about this some, just him being a chameleon. Like, we did whatever we wanted to do. And like, we would attack the other team's weaknesses because of the offense that he's built. Like, we weren't a one trick pony like some of these offenses are.
Yeah.
We could attack people in any way. They couldn't stop us. That's what I loved about him. He brought the tight end back to Georgia. Thank you for that. And
Isaac Nada was on the
guy.
And Mike Bobo ain't leaving the tight end anywhere. He freaking loves the tight ends too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's one thing too. 2 things actually. So, number 1, I really hope Bobo can continue the trend of not just completely emptying the clip in meaningless games like Monken would do.
I think that's a Kirby Smart thing.
I hope
honestly.
so, because people just complain about it all the time, and then
Yeah.
well, look what happened. And little birdie told me that Bobo was calling a lot of that national championship game.
Bodes well. We scored a lot of points there.
Just saying, that 65-point national championship game.
I mean,
People are talking.
just saying.
Yeah. Let's move on to some hoop dogs who are hot, extremely hot.
Dogs are hot.
Beat Kentucky. And listen, I like I said on Twitter, I wish I would have saved some of the freaking tweets that were coming out. When you play Kentucky, a lot of people watch, which is fine. And last time we played Kentucky in Rupp Arena, we dominated in the first half. They come back and beat the second half. And I get on Twitter, and it's just all the same old Georgia team. Can't beat Kentucky. Like, Kentucky's probably got a 980 winning percentage all time at Rupp Arena. Not just Georgia. That's any team that comes in there. And so like that just pissed me off. And then we come out and just wear them out at home. So wish I'd have saved some of it. Coach Cal, Jake thinks he's fired. I think it'd be crazy to fire him, but like I think it would be hilarious at the same time. So hopefully send him into retirement with a little freaking paddling. The last time he plays Georgia, just wear him out. Mike White is his daddy. And then we get a big win over LSU at home. So that's 2 in a row for the Dogs.
Yeah, it sucks losing that Ole Miss game. That Ole Miss game was awful.
That Ole Miss game, it's literally going to haunt us. Like, honestly, like if we rattle off some wins at home, we played 3 more home games and then at South Carolina, at Alabama, our last 5 games. And if we rattle off wins and like those 3 home games, even beat South Carolina on the road, like those are all definitely winnable games, I think. And actually, we have Arkansas left too at Arkansas.
We're 1-7 on the road this year too. That's the thing. That's the thing that's been killing us.
So that's some extremely tough road games at the same time.
Yeah.
Wake Forest, Tennessee, Auburn, Kentucky. I mean, that's brutal.
And they're not getting easier. We play Alabama and Arkansas.
Yeah, that actually gets harder.
So,
brutal.
But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Maybe we get lucky, pull out a win against one of those 2 teams, win the games at home, and I mean, if they win the rest of their games at home, I guess, or the last 2, beat South Carolina, they got 19 wins if they lose to Arkansas and Alabama.
That's a great year.
A great year.
We could have had 20. I forgot we played at A&M too, who has like 2 conference losses. They're a good team.
Yeah, no, they're really, really
good. Listen here. Here's dreaming big. So let's say, number 1, Florida, Castleton broke his hand last night. So Florida became a very winnable game at home. So you have Florida at home. You have South Carolina on the road.
We should have beat them at Florida.
Who else is at home?
Missouri
at home. Okay, so you got chances for a lot of big wins down the stretch. Missouri at home would be a huge win.
And honestly, I mean, dude, we should beat South Carolina on the road.
Yes.
We should beat them.
Which that doesn't really boost much, but if you can take one of the Alabama or Arkansas games, bro. Alabama seems borderline impossible. So does Arkansas. They both, I mean, I'd give it about a 2% chance at this point. But if you could swing one of those, all of a sudden we're approaching that bubble come tournament time, and all you got to do is win a few in the tournament.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I mean, like we're talking about meaningful basketball on February 16th, and that's really all you could ask for in year 1 of Mike White.
I mean, in a scenario where we do end up with 20 wins at the end of the season, go 4-1 in these last 5, like really still one of those 2 on the road, beat South Carolina, win the 2 home games. Like, and we win 2 games in the tournament. I mean, how do you leave an SEC team with 22 wins out of the NCAA tournament? Honestly, like
it'd be tough. And Mississippi State's making us look really good lately.
Yeah.
So we have wins over 2 potential tournament teams in Mississippi State and Kentucky. Maybe if you could swing one over Missouri and potentially Florida, like
Florida's not a tournament team anymore. I don't think. I think they've kind of derailed too much for it. They just could never get on like the horse and get going.
I mean, what like last week they beat Tennessee?
Yeah, but like they just don't have enough wins. Like the record is terrible.
Know. I mean, I would say they're pretty close to the bubble.
Well, yeah, you also have to consider that if they just got to get hot. That's really what it comes down to right now. We saw what was it, Georgetown that won the Big East like 2 or 3 years ago, and they had like 10 wins or something like that, and they got into the tournament. You know, stranger things have happened. I will say Alabama's going to be a tough beast. Arkansas has not been playing that well lately. They're probably a little more beatable than I would have said they were about this time in August. But yeah, no, and you know, if we go to the NIT, we'll we'll just win that.
Yeah, Florida is in the considered tab right now.
Oh, by the way, for everybody,
I saw
listening,
Mississippi State as like the last team out.
Right now, they're first 4 out because they lost last night. Kentucky's last 4 in.
Well, I looked at it before they lost, I guess, and then but they were one of the last teams in for Joe Lunardi. So I was like, I mean, if they look that good, then why can't we turn it around? I mean, they really had a bad start to SEC play, and we didn't have a bad start to SEC play. We just lost some tough games on the road, like and I feel like this end stretch of the season is a really good opportunity to like actually turn it around and make a case.
There's only 2 games we lost that we should have won, genuinely, and that's Vanderbilt and Ole Miss. Vanderbilt is good though. Like
Tech was BS.
Yeah, that's true. We could have beat Tech for sure. That would, I mean.
But
yeah.
I will say those 3 games we definitely should have won, but we could have won against Florida and Kentucky. We played really well in those.
Kentucky ended up wearing us out a little bit.
Yeah, I know. We played well enough against Florida to win that game in the first half.
The same side of that coin, though, is we probably should have lost to South Carolina. We probably should have lost to LSU. Yeah. And
now you can always play this game. I mean, Bama did it all year for the entire football season. We only our 2 losses were by 4 points. Well, you also have 3 wins by 10 points. So, I like those are gonna hurt, but at the end, like a win over Ole Miss is not what's gonna be what propels us to the tournament. Like it ain't gonna be like we're comparing resumes and like, they swept
but will like a loss at home to Ole Miss or Vanderbilt keep us out? Like is the real question.
I doubt it.
Vanderbilt's been playing really well though.
Listen, Vanderbilt played good against us. Like I knew it was a bad loss. Like I did not walk away from that thinking that was a terrible, terrible loss because Vanderbilt shot the lights out of it.
And
they were hitting everything.
They've been playing really good lately too. They've rattled off like 4 SEC wins in a row or 5 SEC wins in a row, something like that.
Their offensive system and all is really, really good, and they can shoot. That loss is whatever. Ole Miss, was no. We played really, really bad. But listen, if you want to make the tournament, you have to win games like down the stretch like this. Alabama coming off a loss, it might get ugly on Saturday.
It's going to be hard.
It genuinely might get ugly. We got to hope Arkansas is riding like some super hot streak by the time we play them, and then we sneak up on them or something.
Hey, listen, we beat Alabama last year. I mean,
that's our one SEC win.
So who's to say? Who's to say we can't beat them this year?
If we beat Alabama on Saturday, y'all better log into this podcast because we'll do a show right absolute after. Mess. If we beat Alabama on Saturday, we might just rip one on Saturday night. Like I will be so freaking fired up if that happens, and I'll be someone you not want to be around if you're not a Georgia fan. That would be we have Alabama fans. This is no lie. We have Alabama fans in our DMs right now from posting the dang GIF from Miracle. The great moments come from great opportunity, and they're like, "Oh, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Y'all about to get sacrificed on Saturday." Like, dude, piss off, bro. Y'all are so mad at our school for being back-to-back champions. You're coming at us in basketball DMs with a first-year coach. You're a loser.
You're literally
we have nothing to lose.
You're so mad because we didn't even get the opportunity to beat your ass this year in football because you couldn't make it there. You couldn't give yourself the opportunity to play us.
And let me tell you, Terry Roberts is due for a really, really good game.
Oh, yeah. He's played
like since he came off injury, he's just been okay. He's due for a really good one. And if we got really good Terry
and really good like Braylon Bridges,
we don't match up with Alabama good at all. That's what's terrifying. Like
we
don't match up good with Tennessee. We don't match up good with Alabama. We match up decent with Auburn, and we match up good with Kentucky. Like that's why we beat those 2 teams.
It's because their point guards ass.
The matchups, we would never beat Tennessee, I don't think. And we played them 100 times, we'd never beat them. Alabama's a little more beatable because they live and die by the 3. So if they're off, we can hang with them. Tennessee just locks you up defensively. They can't hit. Their offense stinks, but they can absolutely lock you up with the best of them.
Hey, by the way, basketball related. Right before the SEC tournament, we're gonna have Tate Frazier on. Tate's a good guy, buddy of mine. I'm sure North Carolina might be in the NIT, so we're gonna talk a little SEC tournament, maybe a little NIT. Sick. We'll see how things are going at that point. But yeah, Tate's gonna come on. Great guy. Check out Titus and Tate. He's awesome.
All right, we have a fun event coming up in 30 seconds. we will be doing a fantasy draft of all the players at the Kirby Smart era.
1 through 20.
We will then put it on Twitter. Y'all can vote which team would win. The criteria is pretty simple. You put these players in pads on the field, which offense wins. All players at their best. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All players at their best. Yeah.
Hunter, enjoy it,
it's
man.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
We're doing two running
draft.
We're doing 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, right?
Okay, I'll go through that. Yeah. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 5 offensive linemen for 11 offensive players. And we're not going by like category, obviously, because somebody get freaking screwed.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy draft. It's BPA. So we got to identify mismatches. We gotta do make some different stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Let's do it.
All right. Just so there's no accusations of any funny business. 1 through 20. I'm going to take 3.
11.
I'll take 13.
All right. You got it, Griff. It's 13.
My dog.
I'm going third.
Still coming through for
well,
me.
Griff, you can decide if you want to go first or third.
I would love to go first.
Okay.
All right. And then I guess, Cole, do you want to go second or third?
I was second.
Okay, let's do it.
I can't decide which one I want to take at number 1. I had to take number 1 because I don't think I'm getting either one of these guys if I go third.
Let's go, Griff.
I'm going to take Brock Bowers.
Yeah, that's who I was going to take first.
Yeah, I think I have to. He's just the equalizer, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's anybody really offensively that's just as valuable as him.
No doubt. I mean, he's the best. I'll go second then. That you were going to decide what I picked, and I'm going to take Darnell Washington.
Okay. Nice. Good pick. Sticking with the theme of fantasy football, everybody knows running back's the most valuable position in fantasy football. As great a running backs as we have, Mr. Nicholas Chubb. Yeah, that's going to be my first pick. I get 2.
Yeah, you get 2.
And it's tough because both of these positions are pretty thin as far as choices go.
Yeah.
And getting away from the whole fantasy football aspect, I will take Stetson.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got my choice I wanted. Give me Justin Fields. I mean, Justin Fields is the best player in this draft.
I didn't even think of that.
Listen, I'm here to win. Like, I'm not out here to make friends. Justin Fields is the best player in this draft. I'll take him.
Dang, I didn't even think about Fields, man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't know if we mentioned this, by the way. This is the Kirby Smart era.
Kirby Smart era, players. So, yeah, listen. I mean, obviously Justin Fields didn't do a lot at Georgia, but like we said, it's putting players on the field. Best offenses. Like, I'd be an idiot not to take him.
You rat.
Yeah. Call me what you want.
I'm waiting on my quarterback then because nobody's going to take another quarterback. So.
I didn't even think about it, man. Didn't even cross my mind. I'll tell you who didn't cross my mind, but you know.
And that's not who I'm taking. So.
Yeah, you have to.
I'll take for my picks. I'll take DeAndre Swift and George Pickens.
Good picks. That was going to be one of my my next one was going to be one of those two.
Yeah, good.
I'm taking Swift over Sony only because I don't know, dude. Swift as a main back was like crazy.
Yeah,
not that Sony wasn't, but
for sure.
Swift was nuts. I have to take Swift.
Yeah, can't hate that. I'm gonna take Andrew Thomas.
Good pick.
I think the dude's a freaking monster. I think he's probably the best offensive lineman I've seen at Georgia. So,
well, I didn't want to have to do this. This isn't going to be very popular with the vote, but I'm going to take Sony Michel, and then I'm going to take A.D. Mitchell. I had him in the reserves until you pulled out Fields.
I had him written down.
I wasn't going to take him until you picked Fields. I wasn't going to do it.
I had him written
down. I'll be honest. I didn't write him down.
Until you took Fields, I was going to do no transfers. I wasn't ever going to pick Jermaine Burton, but I was going to leave all those guys off.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair pick. AD is a really good player.
Yep, you're next.
I'm going to take Broderick Jones.
Good pick. You're cornering the market on tackles now.
Yeah, for real, dude.
I know.
I'll take Jamari Salyer and I'll take Isaiah Wynn.
Good. Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
Wow, Jamari Salyer over Isaiah Wilson.
Yes.
I have Isaiah on my list. He's a little farther down. I feel like people got a bad taste in their mouth because of the
yeah, no doubt. I'll take Sony. I need him on this team.
I got Sony already.
Oh, you already got Sony?
Pick. That was my first pick last time around.
Oh yeah.
So I got Chubb and Sony back together again. That's going to win me a lot of brownie points.
No doubt.
Come on, Cole.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kenny Mack.
I was about to say.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Mack.
All right. I need some O-linemen. I'm going to go Ben Cleveland and
Big Dan.
let me get me Cole. That's my second wide receiver.
Yeah, I like that. I like that pick. I like that pick.
This is like me doing like a Madden fantasy draft and going O-line last because there's so many.
Give me Lad McConkey.
I had him on my list. He was pretty high on my list too.
Yeah. Kind of running out of receivers, but I'm going to still wait. I think I need to nail down these offensive linemen. Let me get Cedric Van Pran.
Yeah.
And did you take Isaiah Wilson?
No.
I'll take Isaiah Wilson.
I was gonna take Isaiah next, but yeah, I got to pivot. I got somebody in the chamber. Don't worry.
I'll do. Give me. Ooh, it's tough. I'll take Solomon Kinley.
Dang, that was going to be my last O-line pick.
I
didn't think anybody was going to take
going to
him.
be my next one.
I was borderline, almost took him over Isaiah Wilson.
Okay.
Monster.
So did someone take Warren? Well, never mind.
No.
I am right now. Don't worry. I'm getting both my tackles. Give me Warren McClendon and give me Armarius Mims.
Yep. I have him written down, man. It's a freaking ball.
I got him written down. He had some good games. This is a future. I mean, I know what the third quarterback off the board is going to be, or who the third quarterback off the board is going to be. So if we're doing future projections,
No, you don't know. There's some other ones out there.
You're about to be a freaking mega hater, bro.
I'm not going to be a hater.
You gonna take Bryce Ramsey?
I'm not going to be a hater. I mean,
all right, I'm taking James Cook.
Good pick.
Give me Zamir White.
Wow, going to running back after we both filled up. What an idiot! What a freaking idiot!
Well, I mean, like, dude.
Let's see,
I don't really have much left.
I need to make sure.
Let me just get my last O lineman. Let me take Ratledge. I need some lettuce on this team.
Damn it, that was my next pick.
Okay.
All right, am I up?
I'm up.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna take Lamont Gilliard.
Love that pick. I
was gonna take him next. I guess that's gonna lead.
I didn't get SVP.
Am I next? Are we getting no? I'm next. Yeah. I was gonna take Trey Hill. I think that's really the only option left for center.
Yeah.
I'll take Trey. And then I need one more guard. I don't think it really matters at this point. Give me Warren.
Yeah. I'll take I will take this is tough.
I got a squad. I'm good. I got one more pick in it. It has to be.
I got 4 receivers here. And I like them all.
I got some receivers here too.
Give me
my receiver rankings were interesting.
Don't say the one I want, Cole.
Give me Lawrence Cager.
Okay. That's not.
You gonna take Terry?
No one took Javon Wims, right?
I thought I thought it was gonna be him or Wims. But Wims was next on my list, but I got
that crap he pulled was unbelievable in the NFL game.
Dude, low key, I'm kind of between. Yeah, true. But I mean, him at Georgia was dog. So, I don't know though, dude. Low key, I want to take MRJ. I think he's gonna have a big year next year. But
yeah, I had him.
I feel like it would be ridiculous to like take him over Javon Wims, but maybe not.
There's somebody sitting on the board. If I had my choice and I did not have to take a tight end, that I would absolutely scoop. I cannot believe he's still here, and I cannot believe y'all haven't named him yet.
Kyrus Jackson.
No.
Riley Ridley.
I almost took Riley Ridley. I was close.
Arian Smith.
No. Just go ahead. Make your pick.
Are you kidding? I swear I wrote down everybody.
No,
who am I missing? I'm gonna figure out who this
it's
is.
so obvious. It's so obvious. It's spitting.
You might not have heard him get picked, Jake.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say it.
Was it Miko?
No.
He
I
took
have
Miko.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Make a pick.
You know what? Let's get some speed. I feel like George Pickens is physical. I'll take Aaron Smith.
Cool. My last pick is.
But I still have another pick. I got to take my quarterback.
Okay.
And my quarterback is going to be Carson Beck.
I told you. Hey, Griff, you said you wanted some speed. You could have took Isaiah McKenzie.
Oh, God. I don't want him.
Come on.
I'll take Aaron Smith.
My last pick is Devin Willock.
I was going to do that, too.
Had him on
I
the
kind
list.
of thought it would have been solid. RIP. What a fucking guy.
I mean, it's not even because of that. Like he had a fantastic year.
He really had a great
Like
year.
he was fantastic for us.
I saw him on the roster today when I was looking through rosters. It made me very sad.
Yeah.
Last
Honestly,
pick,
when I wrote him down, I didn't even think about that until I just said it. Like it's just that was purely out of him being a ball player.
Yeah. Last pick, I have to take a tight end. I will take Isaac Nada.
Nada. I like that.
That was the three tight ends. I had Bowers, Washington, Nada, and I was like, whichever one I get.
I mean, you could have got Warner, John Fitzpatrick too.
This
I feel
was
like Nada is
literally
the best athlete.
that was the last two guards I had. Am I missing? Are we missing any guards?
I had Jamari listed
I
as
had,
guard.
Trey
Xavier
Hill.
Truss.
He picked Trey Hill as center.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Center.
Truss.
We picked Warren Erickson.
Truss was the only one I had left.
Truss is one I had missed on here.
Yeah, I had Truss.
It was gonna be.
Schaefer
It was gonna be.
there.
Yeah, it was down to Schaefer Willock for me for guards.
Did we miss any wide receivers?
I had a bunch.
I had Pickens.
I had
Wims.
Terry Godwin. The last four I had written down, that was between was Terry.
I did
Godwin,
have
Lawrence
Kyrus on my
Cages,
list.
Von Wims and Riley Ridley. So
I had Kyrus on my list. I was gonna take him.
Riley
Can I
Ridley.
switch mine to Terry Godwin actually? My Aaron Smith, Terry Godwin.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
fine. Yeah, I mean Riley Ridley. Like I think we forget about that performance he had in the 17 Natty.
No, yeah, I had him written down. I was really close to taking him.
Like we were down our number one receiver, which Bam will tell you is impossible to win with, and I guess we didn't win. But we don't really make that excuse very often. But he played his balls off that game. Like really,
Almost
played his
took Tyler
balls off.
Simmons for the memes.
Jeremiah Holman, I thought about him.
Yeah.
I thought about Holland too. There was a
But
bad.
he just kind of like he had
Fizzled.
a good year that year, but then he just never got. I felt like the next year was going to be the year that he was going to take the jump, and he didn't get to play for us. So,
All right, here's my. Everybody read off the teams. Mine, I got Stetson, Chubb and Michelle, 80 Mitchell and Mecole, Isaac Nada, Mims, Cleveland, Hill, Warren, and McClendon.
Solid squad. I got Jay Fields, Kenny Mack and James Cook, Ladd and Cager, Darnell Washington, and then my offensive line is freaking stacked. Andrew Thomas, Solomon Kinley, Lamont Gilliard, Devin Willock, Broderick Jones.
You really cornered the market on tackles early. I wasn't expecting that.
a lot of people are going to be pissed at our QBs. I'll say it. But
I don't care. I'll tell them.
me and Cole specifically, they won't be pissed at yours. But
it's fine. No, I'll still tell them.
And just so we're clear, just so we're clear, I'll take a Jacob Eason or JC Daniels.
My three were Eason, Stetson, and Beck. I didn't think about Fields, but the other one was not in consideration.
Is there anybody who could get Gunner stock there?
Trey McKitty would have been a good pick at tight end as well. Nada was just
y'all are mega haters.
Mega haters.
I am. Yeah.
Eli Wolf too.
Carrying.
Is that who you took?
What?
Is that who you took, Jay? Eli Wolf?
No.
I took Nada.
Nada. Yeah, Eli Wolf would have been a good pick too.
Yeah, Trey McKitty was a good pick. I just feel like Nada's the most
Eli Wolf's still in the league. Like he's catching passes.
Is he really?
Yeah, but we're talking college. Nada was the most athletic.
Yeah, I know. No doubt.
Charlie Warner, I feel like would have been the next pick for me after Nada. I probably would have taken Nada, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your squad? I know you got Bowers.
I got Beck, DeAndre Swift, Zamir White, George Pickens, Terry Godwin, Brock Bowers, Jamari Salyer, Cedric Van Pran, Isaiah Wilson, Tate Ratledge, Isaiah Wynn.
Griff's gonna win. Griff's gonna win whenever we do the poll.
Yeah.
You did get the first pick.
My skill positions aren't as popping.
That's and honestly,
stack the trenches. So if you know ball,
but low
I feel like all three of our teams are really good though.
Oh yeah.
We just have so many good offensive linemen too. Like But no, I feel like the Brock Bowers at number 1 pick, like honestly, like determines a lot about the teams.
That's why I took Darnell next, because that was the biggest drop off from 2 to 3 in tight end, like by far.
And honestly, I think George Pickens as the first wide receiver is like one of the best picks too. Like, there's nobody else at wide receiver as talented as him. Like,
I knew picking Justin Fields would get me no like votes. Like, I have no chance of winning. But I mean, come on.
But dude, no, I wish I'd have thought of that, because I would have taken him.
Dude, Justin Fields with this offense, come on. Behind that O-line?
If people think that's not good, then they're just being ignorant at this point.
If I win, it's just going to be based purely off brownie points, because I took Stetson and Chubb and Michelle, and people every year.
Well, there's no brownie points for taking Stet. I would have. He would have been my first QB, but I just had to take Bowers first, and then the other QBs are off the board. So
well, see, I wasn't even thinking about Fields, so I was like, it's either Stetson or pretty much nothing.
I really kind of want to take Willock off, because I don't want to make it look like I'm trying to get votes off him. So let's make him.
You can put it in trust.
Let's make him an honorary pick, and then do his Xavier Truss on there.
Yeah, I know you weren't doing that, but no, I could see people dickheads about that.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely wrote him on my list like straight as
I did not think about it when it happened.
No,
I looked at him on the roster, and I was like, he really did play well, and I was like, I had enough linemen already that I didn't put him on there.
But, we've had some good players lately, man. It's been awesome.
Hey, we got to do a defense one next.
Dude, the defense one's going to be hilarious. We're all going to be like 15 deep at each position.
If I get the first pick, so bad.
It's Roquan.
Whoever
gets the first pick, it's Roquan.
Man. Obviously, clearly.
One-man machine, bro.
I think my first pick, if I don't get Roquan, it's probably going to be Nakobe.
Who's this guy?
Georgia back being mid, definitely a Bama fan. Everybody, appreciate y'all listening. Fun show tonight. We'll do defense down the road. We need some more scumbag stories. We can do that again. Bring that back next week. Those are hilarious. If you're not following us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, please do that. Like this video. Subscribe to the podcast. Y'all know the drill. We don't beg a lot from y'all, because y'all treat us very nice. So continue to support us. We're going to try to do some fun things. Like we said, February 25th, be in Athens. We're going to have a really, really good time. And excited to see everybody there. Come shake our hand. Appreciate you guys. Go Dogs.